And hello again, YouTube. How y'all doing? I'm a little buzzed. Probably shouldn't be driving, but what are my public transit options at 12:04 a.m.? Pretty much none. So, just kind of doing what I'm forced to do. Thank you, Phoenix City Government, for providing no public transit after midnight until 4 in the morning. Am I going to sit here until 4 in the morning? No. So it's 12:04 a.m. Sunday, August 21st. It's Saturday night. I want to say that like I'm hosting Saturday Night Live, which will probably never happen. But God, that would be awesome. God, could I be as cool as Skeet Davis? No, because I wouldn't bang a woman that's fucking over 10 years older than me that has 4 kids from somebody else. Jesus Christ, Skeet, have some fucking standards. So, 12:05 a.m., Sunday, August 21st, it's Saturday night. Hey, look, there's my Saturn. Yeah, there's my Saturn. All right. And while we're on the subject of Skeet Davidson and Kanye West and that worn out old chick that has 4 kids, that's still got a video of Ray J railing her on Pornhub. My God, what's the Kanye? For those that don't know, I'm a huge fan of Kanye West, and he's got a song that has the lyrics, what's Ye doing? I'm surviving. I was drinking earlier, now I'm driving. I really hope someday I get to meet Kanye West, because I feel like Kanye and I have a lot in common. Last night, the so-called girlfriend or whatever she is, she passed out on my bed, whatever, and she there's a Netflix series. It's like a documentary of Kanye West's early career, and she started playing on one of her phones and then knocked the fuck out while it was playing, and I was engrossed with that. She's gonna want me to sit down and watch that with her on TV, and she knows that would intrigue me, and it did. Anyway, yeah, for those that don't know, I'm actually a very big Kanye West fan. Music is a lot to me. Like, music's kind of my world, and there's the holy trinity, shall I say, of artists. 3 particular musicians that, to me, outshine everybody else. And there's a whole lot of everybody else. I got a lot of musicians I really like. I mean, how many videos in the last couple days have been me going off about Prince, right? And I mean, obviously Prince is in my upper echelon of great artists, but he's not in my top 3. He's close, but he's not in my top 3. My top 3, for those who don't know, are Maynard James Keenan, who is the driving force behind Tool, A Perfect Circle, and Puscifer. Jeff Lynne, one of the greatest producers of all time, also pretty much the mind behind the Electric Light Orchestra. And Kanye West. Wait, what? Yeah, Kanye West. I will steadfastly defend him as one of the greatest music producers of all time. Kanye West is a nut job. Yes, he is. Yeah, he says he's a genius. Yes, he is. I would really love to meet Kanye West. Every year, the similarities between Kanye West and I get like weirder and weirder, and they've really hit a whole new plateau in the last couple of years with him moving to Jackson, Wyoming, and then buying property in Cody, Wyoming, less than a mile from where I lived in Cody, Wyoming? Are you fucking kidding me? Is Kanye West really like following my footsteps in like setting up bases in Cody, Wyoming and Jackson, Wyoming? Does he have any idea? No, I'm absolutely fucking nobody. I'm just some retard on fucking some mentally ill retard on YouTube that has like less than 200 subscribers. But I did used to be as Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails, who was in my top 3 before Kanye West happened, famously says in one of his songs, "I used to be somebody." I did. I used to be somebody. When I was in my late teens, early 20s, I had a very promising radio career. I had some pretty high-profile radio gigs, and one of them, maybe not that high-profile, but I was the assistant, not even assistant, I was the music director and afternoon drive guy on KZ95, KZJH, Jackson, Wyoming. This is where Kanye West spends a lot of his time these days. And the crazy thing is I was sort of dating the woman that did overnights at the kind of freeform rock station. I forget her name. I forget the name of the radio station. But anyway, Jackson Hole was a good time. I was in a good place creatively in Jackson Hole. Emotionally, not so much. And on that note, there's like Kanye West lyrics like rolling through my brain when I think of it, and I'm forgetting what song it is, but it's like, and Kanye wrote this. I think Kanye West is one of the greatest lyricists of all time. I really do. And people look at me and I'm like, wait, you're into music and you think who is one of the greatest lyricists of all times? Yeah. As a lyricist, I think Kanye West is right up there with Bob Dylan. Not to slight Bob Dylan. Huge fan of Bob Dylan. I've seen Bob Dylan live. I have yet to see Kanye West live. But a lot of people who negatively judge Kanye West have never really listened to his music. They just look at a guy that's a fucking nut job every time he shows up in the media. And, oh yeah. Kanye West pretty much a nut job whenever he shows in the media. Yeah, me too. Not that I show in the media very much. Somebody told me I showed up in the media recently. Also for something stupid. I don't recall what it was. It was in the comments of one of my videos, or maybe somebody messaged me on TikTok about it, and I should have followed up with it. But anyway. Every now and then I just rap in front of a camera and I say things that are memorable, and then I look like a retard on fucking mainstream media. It is what it is. I remember one time I was down at Phoenix Police Headquarters and I was trying to get my older daughter Allison, pursuant to the custody agreement, which I insisted on, which directed that all physical custody exchanges happened at Phoenix Police Headquarters at the corner of 7th Avenue and Van Buren, because I really felt I needed that level of protection. And I couldn't believe it happened the way it was. Like, I got there and she was outside the building. I forget what she said, I forget what I said, but somehow we had some kind of verbal disagreement. I'm just like, yeah, what the fuck ever, give me my daughter, and if you could just fuck off over there, that'd be great. And I'm walking off with Allison, and it was like, she's a baby. She's like 2 years old. She don't know what's going on. She's 20 now. Still doesn't know what's going on, but that's a separate tragedy. And then suddenly her mom is screaming, "That man is kidnapping my baby! That man is kidnapping my baby!" And there's this whole fucking news crew across the street where the crime center is now, but at that time it was a parking lot, and they're across the street from police headquarters, like shooting video, like waiting for some kind of, I don't even remember what it was, like something had happened where they had cameras on police headquarters and they were waiting for something to happen. And I was not what they were waiting to happen, but cameras are rolling, and they caught me. And they caught me with my daughter trying to just walk away, and my psychotic ex-wife screaming, "That man is kidnapping my baby! That man is kidnapping!" And they caught on film police tackling me like a college football player. And thankfully, my daughter didn't get hurt in that, because she could have. Because we crashed to the ground on the sidewalk right between 6th and 7th Avenue on Washington Street. And yeah, the police took my kids away from me. Didn't have a court order, didn't have anything. They just took it away from me on the basis of fucking some psychotic fat chick screaming, "He's stealing my baby!" They didn't even know if it was her baby or my baby. Spoiler alert, it was both of our babies, but one of us was an American citizen and one of us was an illegal alien. But I digress. Anyway, wow, the ramp to the I-10 is closed. I wonder what's up with that. Anyway, I'm headed to Water End, by the way, and the ding from the other phone is probably the so-called girlfriend one who's taking me so long, but I was having a really good time at OzBar and ran into quite a few people I know that I had a lot to talk about, and probably overdid that, but anyway. But back to the story. Like, I'm Allison is 2 years old. I'm down at police headquarters, and I got fucking tackled in front of TV cameras that broadcasted on local news. And I've never seen that footage, like what the final footage was. All I know is that I heard from my mom like 2 days later, who was freaking the fuck out, thinking I was going to be in jail. She's like, "Oh my God, you're not in jail." I'm like, "No." She's like, "I saw you on news getting tackled by the police with Allison in your arms. What happened?" And I'm like, "Yeah, the police believe some fucking fat Canadian bitch that was trying to pretend like was some anonymous kidnapper." She's like, "Well, what happened?" I said, "Well, They took Allison away from me, gave her to her. I got very fucking pissed off, and I told them I was going to sue the fucking shit out of them and give them my kid. That is my kid, and I had certified custody papers that showed she was supposed to be in my care, not her care. What the fuck was her deal?" And at the time, that's when I was dating Connie Zukrajczyk, and she was sitting in her old Benz on the backside of police headquarters there on Adams Street. And they tackled me. They fucking dogpiled me, took the kid away from me, and brought me in inside. I'm like, "Y'all are fucking up in a really big way." And thankfully, like, I threw enough of a stink that like somebody higher up was like, "Well, what's the deal?" I said, "Like, I'm the baby's father, and we have custody orders that say that she's supposed to go in my care right now. Why do you have them?" I said, "They're my girlfriend's car. She's parked behind the building. If one of your fucking armed thugs that thought it was appropriate to dogpile me in front of TV cameras could just walk around the building and ask Connie for the fucking certified custody orders, she's sitting in old bins. I hit her up. She got them, and they did." Thank God they did. I don't know who the officer was that actually was listening to me instead of being a fucking just having knee-jerk reactions to, you know, the bias of titties equals good parent, penis equals fucking bad guy. But yeah, they walked around the building, and Connie's like, "What's the deal with Dan? Why is he coming back with his kid?" And they're like, "Yeah, he's in cuffs, blah, blah, blah." I don't know what they said. I didn't even ask Connie, you know, she really gave me an explanation, but she did give them, oh wow, I should have got off of 40th Street up there down here on the fucking McDowell exit. Anyway, yeah, she gave them the certified custody orders, which I always rolled with me, but at that point I figured I'd done enough fucking exchanges at police headquarters. I felt like everybody that was there like kind of knew me, kind of had my back. Like, I told my story to a handful of people, and Not the least of which was an officer whose name I don't know, and I wish I did. And if by chance you're watching this videos, I want you to know you're one of my biggest personal heroes. But there is a Phoenix police officer that was in this horrifically bad fire that burned about 90% of his body and put him in the hospital and nearly killed him. And scarred him horrifically from head to toe. And I don't know that guy's name. I wish I knew his name. I should look it up. I should put it in the fucking description. But that particular officer, after nearly dying as a cop on duty in a fire, came back to the Phoenix Police Department, came back to his job, and worked horrifically scarred. As far as I know, that guy's still a local cop. He's horrifically scarred. When you first see him, it's a bit much to stomach. He's not easy on the eyes, not gonna lie. But that man is one of the most brave motherfuckers I've ever met in my life, and we've had some pretty good conversations. We have. About child custody. I'm facing danger, and I'm trying not to barf looking at how disfigured his face is. Not saying that to be mean, I'm just throwing it out there. And that man came back and went back to being a police officer, and I believe he's a detective. Holy shit. If I was to list like my top 10 like heroes and people I admire, that guy's pretty fucking high on the list. At any rate, he wasn't there that day. I really wish he was, because I know that man would have had my back. But yeah, I was pretty freaking vocal about the whole thing, and they did once I got to the point where I was talking to a sergeant, he did go get my certified custody order from Connie, who was sitting in the bins behind the building, and then he actually had me and Lily and Daniela in the same room. He's like, well, why are you freaking out like this? Like, this is your ex-husband. This is your baby's dad. And the custody order said that she's supposed to go to him right now. And she just got like full tilt stupid. But anyway, long story short, because I'm at the bar, Allison left with me. It was kind of a traumatic experience. I've talked to her about it. She doesn't remember it, but I'm sure it's somewhere in her head as something that fucking traumatized her as a small child. But, yeah. I don't think I fit in that parking spot. Wow, it must be busy as shit there tonight. There's a lot of cars there. So I'm gonna park over here on the other side of the boat. Anyway, now Allison, she's an adult living outside of Portland. It's as far as I know, Mom's burning in hell for sins like the one that I just mentioned. And that Phoenix police officer with the horrifically disfigured face, I don't know his name, and I should. I feel bad for not knowing that man's name, because that guy's a real life hero to me. That guy should be a real life hero to a lot of people. That guy is an example of something to aspire to. Somebody who went through something unbelievably terrible and just came out of it on top and strong, and went back to something that maybe he shouldn't have gone back to, but did it anyway. I'm going to Google it. As soon as I get in the bar, I'm going to Google that. I'm going to make sure that it's in the description when I upload this. So hit the description. I'm going to find that officer's name. I should know that man's name. It hurts me that I don't know that man's name, because I've known his story for a long time, and I've met him in person several times, and we've had some really deep conversations, and that man is a real life hero. He's not a sports star, he's not a music star, he's not a politician, he's just a cop. He's a cop who nearly died in fire, and whose body was horrifically disfigured, who could have just lived on disability the rest of his life, but really was into being a Phoenix cop and went back to it. And holy shit, I don't know your name, man, but you're a hero in my world, and I admire you, and I'm definitely putting your name in the video description here. So, on that note, I'm at the bar. I'm gonna go and try to sing some more songs. Trying to explain to my girlfriend that I wasn't really blowing her off for the last 2.5 hours. Just ran into some people I really needed to talk to at Ozbar. Things happening at Ozbar. I'm gonna talk more about that later. But in the meantime, I gotta go inside and wander in. So thanks for watching. Thanks for coming with me on the drive. Ooh, crooked phone. Oh, let me fix it. Let's do that. And if you look in the description of this video, and if you're not familiar with the descriptions, like on most versions of YouTube, the app, web-based, whatever, right into the video, there's like a little, sometimes it's just a triangle, but there's a video description where you can get more information. At the bare minimum, I generally have the date and at some point the time when I shot this video, but sometimes I put more information. Like 2 videos ago where I spent quite a bit of time talking about basically what I added for karaoke for Prince, and also how much I love the song Hard Sun by Indio. There's some really good links there to audio and videos of every single Prince song that I talked about and did a horrible job singing a cappella in my car, as well as the original version of Hard Sun by Indio and the cover by Eddie Vedder. I mistakenly at one point said it was a Pearl Jam song. Not a Pearl Jam song. Pearl Jam didn't cover it. Eddie Vedder covered it as a solo artist. Anyway, the links and the clarification are in the descriptions, and I try to always update my videos with those. If you look at the description of this and it only shows a date, come back. Like, give it a day, 2. Your history, come back. I will definitely have a link and a better explanation of this police officer I'm talking about, who is a personal hero of mine. I'm gonna have some links about him. I promise I'm gonna put this in this video description, because it actually hurts my soul that I don't know his name, because I should know his name, and that guy's a real life hero. And maybe there needs to be more YouTube videos about that man. Maybe I need to look that man up. But he's everything that's right about law enforcement and about humanity. Anyway, on that note, I'm out of here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.